So let us get started. Alright, so let us see what has been happening on the market and what can we take out of the market with this kind of conditions that we are watching, guys. Alright. Okay, so far from what we have been watching is prices has been going higher, and one of the main reasons that we started to see there is some interesting opportunity that we can see that uptrend market movement could continue on the market. And from this kind of movements, I think we can actually see something very clear happening in the market. That prices is right now trying to build up on this double bottom, guys. Okay, so I think that is the clearest thing for now, and we'll try to see how this market continuation goes, because if prices eventually goes up higher, you can actually expect that the possibility that prices could be hitting the possible price target of 3360 area. 3355 towards 3360 area is still a valid move, so we'll try to see out how this plays, and certainly we still have a resistance area at around 3350, and then afterwards we can see that prices will be trying to hit 3355, guys. Okay, and based on this kind of movement, one of the things I'll be expecting is to see that prices could start to go higher, because if prices couldn't go higher from here, it's going to be a bit harder. And from this kind of market movement, I would say that we'll try to see how prices will be reacting towards breaking out higher at 3,350. But overall, the market movement since the start of the day, prices has been a little bit calm, trading between 3,330 to 3,344. And for now, it's still been a little bit ranging, and I'll be waiting for further confirmations on how this momentum ongoing and on the next candlestick, guys, because as of now, prices are still a little bit slower. Okay. So right now we'll try to see out how this plays, and if prices starts to go higher, I think we should be able to see prices goes higher. But if not, I'll be expecting prices will be ranging around this range. So I think we'll try to see out how this plays. It's going to take time before we see certain market reactions happening, and we are still waiting, guys. Alright. But ultimately, I think with the ADP news that will be expected tonight, I will be expecting some movement happening for tonight, guys. Alright. And right now prices is still a little bit slowing down. We're not really getting a lot of market reactions, so we'll try to see out how this plays out, and if everything goes well, like I've told you guys, we'll be expecting to see that prices will be trying to break out higher. But so far price reaction has been a little bit slow, guys. Alright. Okay, prices are still weakening, not really showing that kind of momentum that we are expecting. So we'll try to see on how this plays. Ultimately, I think one of the most dangerous thing, if prices just keeps on slowing down, I think these prices will be ranging around 3330 to 3343, and that could be the worst case scenario that we are not expecting. So definitely I'll be expecting for us to actually see that prices will be starting to move on the market, guys. All right. Okay, so not much of a change, and prices are still a little bit slow. But if we are switching to a shorter time frame, I'm expecting that not much of a change is expected, guys. Yes, prices is still trying to go higher, but not without a lot of great success, and prices will be taking some time before prices could go higher, guys. Alright, so I'll be trying to take a closer look and see if there's any good opportunities right now if we're entering the current prices, guys. Alright, so we'll see out how this goes. If there's good chances, I'll let you guys know, but certainly right now prices could break out the high for today at around 3345. I think that could be a very good sentiment that we are waiting for, especially if prices could go higher than now, guys. Alright, okay, so far there's no clear market reactions, and seems that prices is still trying to maintain its price above 3342. And I say, personally, I think it's going to take time, but ultimately prices are building up its consolidations, this double bottom for some time. I'm expecting that it won't be easily breaking down lower. But overall, tonight's market movement has been a little bit slow, and remember guys that tonight we'll be having the ADP employment news right after my live streaming sessions end. So I'll be expecting there will be some momentum that we could expect, some great movements that could be happening on the market too right before that. But again, let us try to watch and see if there's any important changes that we don't want to miss out on the markets, guys. Alright. Okay, and since we have been watching here for quite some time, let us move on towards the silver market and let us see if there's any changes happening right now on the silver market. Okay, so silver market hasn't been moving a lot, guys, because if you guys are watching carefully, that since yesterday price dropped right around this price at, where can I see? Okay, so around this market hours, so entering Wednesday prices, yes, it has been broken out, building up that same double bottom that we are actually looking on the market. So during that market, prices consolidate right around here, and prices goes higher from there. And right now the possibility for prices to hit $36.40 is right now very close, and I believe that once that price consolidation works really well, I think there's chances that prices on silver could try to break out higher. But the overall conclusion is that's what happened since Tuesday is we started to see that prices has been hitting the high at $36 at 60 cents after hitting the lows at around $35.80, hits the high, slowly going back lower, testing the support at $35.90, failed, and prices has been building up very good consolidations and goes higher for today. So I think I'm actually quite optimistic to see that both gold and silver could go higher for tonight with how things has been going so far. So yes, I'm expecting for us to see that gold prices could go higher, and if you guys asking me after getting that kind of confirmation, I would suggest that you guys could consider to do some buy action right around this price, guys. Okay, buy. Yeah, with how things has been moving, I think this is a good time to do some buys. Potentially prices could still go higher, so put your stop losses right around the lows. I think should be fine, and we should be able to see that. Personally, good chances for us to see that prices will be breaking out higher if everything goes well, guys. Alright, so good chances for that to happen. And again, since we are late a little bit on silver and the momentum could be a little bit reactive, I think I will be bullish on both gold and silver for tonight. That is certainly the case. But in terms of the possible market movement that I will be doing, it could be a little bit different, guys, because sometimes if we are entering the markets on the silver market, you need to put a little bit of a wider stop losses, and I think that should be warranted because we know that the explosive movement is also usually happening there. So if you guys are considering to do that long positions here, you guys could try to do so. Aim for the highest target that it hit at $36.60, stop losses right around the $36.20, and definitely this is good to consider because prices are going higher and higher, and good chances you guys could make some good moves out of this market trend of this silver market. Okay, so I think the silver market itself has been actually quite a building up a very good momentum earlier on from the Asian sessions, consolidating, and right now building up the grounds for prices to go higher entering the US session in another few hours. So I think I'll be expecting to see that silver market could be hitting the high at $36.60 for tonight. And ultimately, I think that both gold and silver has started to reach higher grounds. I think it is coming back ultimately towards one possibility on the market. I think we started to see that there's a possible weaknesses appearing on the gold market that really help to push up gold prices. So let us try to see what's happening on the currency strength charts. But so far we have been seeing that currency strength charts has actually been moving on a slower move for tonight, is despite that prices has already been going higher, but has been slowing down a little bit after hitting the high around here. So as you guys could see on this color, when we are seeing the orange color, so the orange color represented the US dollar index, so you guys could see that, and prices has been going higher for tonight, but again prices has been weakening a little bit, and that's why we started to see that the gold market movement starts to trend much higher for tonight, guys. And I think it's normal for us to see that. Okay, it seems that prices is slowing down a little bit. Okay, it seems that prices is slowing down a little bit. Let us see how this goes. Okay, so it's nothing much for now. prices are still slow. Okay, and I think primarily it's back towards the gold market has been touching the resistance. So I think in terms of risk and reward, could be a very attractive proposition. But again, it's going to take time. Consolidation has been building really well, and on the anticipation that if there's any slight excess appearing on the US dollar index, we should be expecting that gold could be going higher. So I think both gold and silver has chances to go higher. But again, prices has been slowing down a little bit, so we'll try to see out how this plays, and it's going to take time, honestly speaking. So let us try to see what's been happening on the US dollar index for the night. Okay, so what happened on the US dollar index? We started to see, yes, the US dollar index has almost touched the high at this market movement that we have been watching so far, and that primarily has helped to push down the gold prices a little bit. But again, with the weaknesses appearing on the US dollar index, that should be able to help the gold prices to go higher. But so far, we haven't been able to see much, but instead, we started to see that prices has been a little bit weak and moving on a very sideways range for now, because yes, the overall trend is still showing signs of weaknesses, but one of the major key points that has been happening is we are still seeing that market has been ranging. So that's why we also started to see that gold market, silver market has been also been moving in a little bit of a range. And to expect things will be changing, it's likely to say for sure that we are going to expect that gold market movement could be able to go higher once the US dollar index drop pretty fast. And if with this kind of market movement, we are not really seeing that kind of momentum appearing on the market, it's going to take some time, guys. Alright, so I would love and see how that goes, and it's going to take time. But ultimately, with how things has been moving so far, and with most of the trade deals has already been doing really well, and negotiations is also on the way, I think we should be able to see some movement happening on the market soon, guys. But I believe it's going to take time, and patience is definitely very much required too. But overall, we are seeing that prices are starting to hit the high. Prices should be slowing down around this range, unless prices will be breaking the resistance, which hasn't happened so far from what we are watching. So the possibility for prices to go down is likely to be much higher, and the possibility for prices to drop is much better for now, guys. Alright, so that's the view for now, and I'll be expecting to see that drop happening soon on the market. And again, if you guys asking me what's my view on the daily chart, it's been very clear. Prices has a healthy rebound, so to say, as prices has already been going up quite fast, and definitely I will be expecting for prices to have a healthy rebound as the ones that is happening as of now. And I'll be expecting that prices could start to drop after prices hits the high at around $96.54, 55 cents maybe maximum, and then prices will be slowly going back lower, guys. Okay, so that's the view, and I'll be expecting to see that happening too, guys. Alright, and the overall trend is still very clear. Prices is likely to continue its downtrend that has been happening so far, and the likelihood for prices to drop is pretty much wide open for now, guys. Okay, Okay. So back on the gold chart with the expectations that gold market should be able to get a little bit of a boost with the US dollar index weakening. Let us see how that has been translated towards the market. Okay, so it seems that market hasn't been able to go further away and prices has just been ranging again. So we'll try to see out how this plays, and if prices does drop back below 3340, I think we will be seeing the market will be ranging again, guys. I'm afraid that will be the case, guys. Alright, so 3340 will be the stop loss area, guys, for tonight. Okay, prices has been testing the support at 3340, and if that persists, continues, I think that should be a very good scenario on the market. And right now, yes, prices are a little bit slow. I will try to see out how this plays. it seems that prices continue to go higher, so I think that they're still doing pretty well. And prices continues to go higher, so everything still seems doing well on this market side. Okay, so let us see how this goes. I think ultimately prices has the chances to continue to go higher after giving us that consolidation to the market. Right, so I think what has been happening, I should be expecting that the US dollar index should be weakening right now. That really helped to maintain the gold price movement. I think there's good chances for us to see there's something happening on the currency market side. And so far from what I've been able to get out of this market movement is something very clear, where we are starting to see that chances that prices could go higher is really there, where gold and silver has ultimately benefited from the market movement. And I believe that if you guys have been following us, you guys have been able to get some insights what you guys could expect for the short term for silver and the gold, and what could be happening on the US dollar index. As we have already mentioned, that prices should be weakening, and right now it's still doing so, testing the resistance at $96.55, $96.60 area. And again, I will be expecting for us to see that prices will be dropping soon. Okay, so expect that gold will sustain its movement alongside with silver, and with that we should be able to see some movement happening on the currency market. So one of the very first thing that I'll be watching closely is the possibility that we are comparing the strongest and the weakest currency pairs. So if you guys are watching so far, you guys should have been able to get a little bit of tips on how you guys could react. With the weaknesses on the dollar, you guys could expect that gold could be going higher, and so that's the same thing happening on the currency market, where the strongest compared against the weakest currency pair could give you guys a little bit of a good insights on how you guys could trade the market, guys. And definitely with this kind of market movement, we can see that tonight it's been very clear that the Canadian dollar is the strongest currency pair for tonight, and the weakest pair is coming out from the New Zealand dollar alongside with the Japanese yen. So I think with that, CAD Japanese yen could be a very good choice to trade on the long side, especially if you guys have been watching this market for quite some time, I believe, and should be seeing that the Canadian dollar against Japanese yen has been going up really fast, going really high, and I believe the momentum should be ongoing with the Japanese yen weakening a little bit, should be able to help to the US dollar Japanese yen to go higher back on the higher side. And yes, prices has been hitting the support and rebounded again, and trying to aim for the resistance at 145 again this time. So I think overall prices has been moving really well, and we are seeing good chances that with the Japanese yen weakening, there could be a lot of currency pair that could be paired against the Japanese yen. So for instance, Australian dollar has been doing really well over the past 1 to 2 hours alongside with the pound sterling. So you guys could definitely consider this kind of market movement that if you guys wanted to trade on the currency market. But certainly, if you guys asking me my opinions, I would suggest that you guys to trade on the strongest currency pair coming out from the Canadian against the Japanese yen and the US dollar against the Japanese yen, because both market movements has been giving us much of a clearer sign compared to the rest of the other currency, guys. Alright. So if you guys are enjoying the live streaming session so far, analyzing and seeing how the market movement changes, hope you guys could give us a thumbs up and likes. And if you guys do have any questions about the market, welcome to let me know on the comments. I'll be happy to answer any of your inquiries or any requests for any market that you guys wanted to analyze together with me. Alright. Okay. And yes, it's still intact. Prices have the chances to go higher, so I'm not really worried about that side of the market. And again, what are the important views on the long-term market movement on gold and silver? So I think on gold, I think it's a little bit of a ranging market movement on daily charts, because if you guys have been watching my live streaming sessions, you guys know what are my views around the gold market movement, and it has been ranging and hasn't been able to offer us a lot of things. So I think that's why I'll be expecting, yes, prices could be going higher just for today, but on a long-term market movement, it still requires a lot of action from the market movement itself. Whether prices could go higher, break 3,400 and stay above 3,400, or even break the resistance area around 3,430 is still very much important for us to actually start seeing a good possibility that prices could go higher on the market, guys. Because if that doesn't happen, I'm afraid that we will be seeing that the market movement will be ranging between 3,200 towards 3,400. But the view is totally different on the market movement on the silver, where silver has been actually building up a very good healthy momentum for prices to continue to go higher, and has been on track, continuing its uptrend channel since the early part of the year, and has been returning to its original uptrend channel after breaking down after the Liberation Day. And right now we are seeing good chances for the silver price movement in the long run could sustain its price above $35 and goes higher and reach $36 and $37 on the long run, guys. Okay, so that's a few pretty much optimistic to see that the silver market movement could continue to go higher on the market, guys. Alright, so back again on the charts, I think it's going to be taking some time with how the market movement has been reacting. And so far, market movement has been a bit slow, but has been steadying above 3,443. So I think that's a good sign. Prices staying above the consolidation area, which could prove that the market movement has still the strength to continue to go higher on the market, guys. Alright. Okay, so prices do continue to go higher. I think that itself is a pretty good chance on the market to go higher. So we'll try to see how that goes, guys. Okay. Ultimately, I think with how things are moving, good chances for prices to continue to go higher, and this is the consolidations area that you guys could use to try to buy at lower price points rather than the ones that we are doing, and preparing for the ADP news for tonight. And as you guys know, it will be released in another 45 minutes, and based on this kind of momentum, people are expecting that more people are getting employed, and at the same time that should be able to push down the value of the gold, because with the employment numbers looking well, there's a possibility that the US dollar index will be stronger, as that could really give the Federal Reserve chances not to cut interest rates earlier, and that could instead give the gold a little bit of a pressure. But at the same time, we have already been seeing that the gold market has been building up a very good consolidations and good chances that we could see that the gold market could be going higher irrespective of what really happened on the economic data. So we'll try to see how that goes, but ultimately I think it will be coming back towards the technical analysis chart to see what is actually happening and appearing on the market, to be able to decide that what is actually happening on the market, guys. Alright. And so far, it seems, yes, prices is still trying to consolidate, trying to give us a little bit of a sign. Okay, so it seems that right now prices hasn't been moving a lot, and there's a tendency that prices will be testing again at 3340 area support, and we try to see how that goes. And ultimately, if prices couldn't go higher, it seems that we will be stuck on this ranging area on the market, guys. Alright, so we'll try to see how that plays. And let us see a little bit on how things are going on silver. Silver, on the other hand, is still relatively stable, still maintain its price about $36.30. So the chances for that kind of price movement is still always much open. So pay attention for prices to hit $36.60 on the silver market. And I believe we haven't been getting in touch on the oil market for tonight. So I think I'll be getting in touch with it, try to see where the overall market is actually leading us and where are the great market opportunities exist for now. Okay, so as you guys could see that we are stuck on the oil market with the ranging market movement that we are seeing, and ultimately I think with how things has been moving, it seems that the oil market has been giving us a little bit of a good consolidation for the market, because if you guys are watching closely, we're actually seeing good chances that prices are building up to go higher. And I think this is a very good sign on the short term that there's a little bit of a short term opportunities to build up a long positions on this oil market, especially after the breakout. Prices has the opportunity to hit $68 on the short term, but again we still have a resistance at $67.50. And if prices could break through, there's a possibility that oil price could hit $68 for tonight. So I think it's going to be a positive sign coming up from the oil market with how things has been reacting here earlier on, where prices hasn't been able to move a lot. And right now prices has been breaking up above $67 and stays above it, and that really shows the sign that prices moving really well on the market for the oil movement for tonight, guys. So I think I'll be a little bit bullish for tonight on the oil market, especially if prices could break above $67.50. Prices could be hitting back $68 soon. So I would love to see how this market reactions continue, but definitely the consolidation is really well on the oil market so far from what we have been watching. But again, guys, back towards the long-term market movement, I think as long as prices don't break below $65.80, that should be giving us a very clear signs that prices on the long run couldn't break down and build up their bear flag consolidations. But if prices do continue to drop, I think that will be a little bit worrying, and chances for prices to drop is really very much wide open on the market. So I think I'll be watching carefully to see how the prices will be reacting towards those, and if prices could stay above $65.80 and break above, then the bear flag consolidations is failing, and we could say for sure that support area around $65, $66 is still there, and all prices could remain stable around those prices before having the chances to stay back and try to maintain the uptrend movement, which is still very far away. For now, I think it's still much best to focus on the short-term market movement, and based on the market movement that we have been watching so far, yes, prices are having the chances to break $67.50 and hit $68 for tonight, guys. So I think I'll be watching closely to see how that changes. Personally, I think with this current movement that we are watching, there are good chances for that to happen as well. And back on the gold market, I think it's a little bit worrying for now, as prices hasn't been able to move a lot. And again, as a friendly reminder that in another 14 plus minutes, in 13 plus minutes, we'll be having that news soon. So I think it seems that market is right now trying to readjust the positions based on what are the possibilities that could be happening in the market, and right now that's why we are seeing that the gold market is also slowing down. But don't worry, guys, if you guys wanted to make profit together with us, you guys are always welcome to click the link on my profile or the video descriptions and make profit together with us on the market, guys. And if you guys are interested to know what is happening around the world, I'll be giving us an update on my VIP live sessions tonight, so that you guys could know what is actually happening and what's really moving on the market. And you guys could get access on my VIP live sessions through the link on the video descriptions or my profile, guys. So check it out. And if you guys are enjoying the live streaming sessions, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and likes, and certainly hope you guys are enjoying your time here. I know that the market movement hasn't been really appealing, not a lot of great movements, But certainly, I think the consolidations is really very much normal to see with how the price movement has been moving, with the price actions has been showing us that the tendency for prices to consolidate around the news is very much often happened, and right now it's occurring for now too. Alright, so we'll try to see out how this plays out until the end of the market or for live streaming sessions, and if there's any changes, I'll let you guys know. So far, prices will be testing 3340, so I think I'll be paying a closer attention on how that changes, and if prices continue to move higher, I think prices will go higher. If not, it seems that prices will start to go down lower on the market for now, guys. Okay. So 3340, if it hits the stop losses, then we are out of the market. We'll try to see what's the next possible market movement that we can utilize in the market, and try to see out what are the best things that could be happening on the market other than the gold market too. Then we have silver market on hand, and also the oil market if there's any interesting opportunity that could be arising on the market. Okay, seems that prices will be testing the support at 3340, and if it fails, as you guys know, we're out of the market for today. Alright, so we'll try to see out how that plays out, and if prices starts to go higher, that should be a good thing, that prices are giving us a very good consolidations on the support area at 3340. If that doesn't happen, we need to try to see out if there's any other interesting opportunities happening on the market. Okay, right now it's very close to break down below 3340, and the chances for prices to break down is really high at around these prices. So we'll try to take a closer look, and once it's out, we'll try to see what's the best opportunities is appearing on the market for tonight, guys. Alright. Okay, prices has officially break down the low, our buy area as well, and we hit our stop losses, guys. But again, let us try to see where are the next interesting opportunities that could be arising, whether it could be coming out from the silver or the currency market or the oil market. Let us try to review our options and try to see what are the best chance to do our trades as of now, guys. Okay. Okay, so with the remaining time, let us see how the market is moving overall. So gold is also dropping as well, so I think the momentum is weakening and it's slightly appearing due to the US dollar index strengthening back for now. So I think that's also part of the reason why we started to see the drop, and it seems that prices will be testing another resistance there around $96.80, and let us see how that goes. And ultimately, I think tonight's best movement is appearing on the oil market, but it also starts to fade out around the $67 area, and this has also been one of the important resistance because prices has always been dropping after touching $67. So I think there's not a lot of opportunities happening as of now. And again, after hitting the stop losses, prices rebounded pretty quick on the gold market. So let us see how this market movement works until the news came out on the market, whether there are actually opportunities for prices to continue to go higher or whether prices will stay stagnant around these prices, guys. Alright, and again, I think the best opportunities is appearing on the currency market, like let's say the US dollar Japanese yen, Canadian dollar Japanese yen, as prices on the Japanese yen is weakening, and I think the chances are appearing on the currency market movement rather than on other areas. And we are also seeing that most of the other currencies is a little bit mixed, where we are seeing that Australian dollar is weakening, pound sterling is weakening, euro is strengthening, so that's a little bit of surprise. But I think considering everything, CHF Japanese yen shouldn't be moving too much. Same as what we have been seeing, Euro, Japanese yen as well. So one of the things I'll be expecting is probably with the US dollar index strengthening, maybe AUD USD could be moving really well, dropping down lower, breaking down the support. And again, we have the triple top here, so potentially prices could hit 0.65 on this Australian dollar USD. GBP USD could also be dropping too, with the weaknesses appearing in the pound sterling really quick, and as well as the NZD USD on the market. So you guys could definitely consider this currency trades as prices has been breaking the support neckline and prices has been dropping since broken down lower. And ultimately, I think the weakest pair is right now coming from the NZD as well, alongside the Japanese yen. So you could consider the AUD USD and NZD USD for shorts. For longs, you guys could consider US dollar Japanese yen or CAD Japanese yen on the market, guys. Alright. And a notable mention, GBP USD is also broken down the lows of the neckline, and it just broke down. So I think good chances that it has already broken down the lows of Monday, so there's a potential prices could be hitting 1.365 on this market movement with huge candlestick here. So I think there's a potential for that to happen, so watch out on those market. And I'm not sure whether there's any big events happening that really help to push down the prices. And definitely from what I think is nothing much, guys. Okay, so the biggest agenda will be on tariff deals, but nothing much more than that. So I'll be expecting that the gold market will be moving on a sideways for now, without a lot of clear trends for tonight, guys. With this kind of market movement, I will not be expecting much for now. Prices will be ranging, that will certainly be the case. And since we are almost out of the live streaming sessions in a couple of minutes, so if you guys are enjoying your time here on the live streaming sessions, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, don't forget to give us your likes, and share this video with your friends so that you guys could get update real-time situations with us on the markets. And if you guys wanted to make good bucks together with us, don't forget to click the link on my profile in the video descriptions, and you guys could make good bucks together with us, good money with us too. Alright, so you guys could see what kind of potential that you guys could see from our trading ideas that we are sharing with you guys, and you guys could get all of this for free, guys. Okay, so let me give you guys a little bit of recap what could be happening for tonight until the ADB news in another 15 minutes. So personally, I think gold market has still been holding itself really well. There are chances that after the ADB news is released, we could be seeing that the gold market could be going higher. And also moving on towards the silver market, I think it's a little bit tricky to trade here. I'll be avoiding the trades here, and the tendency for prices to test the support is still very much wide open at $36.16. And also finally, I think coming out from the oil market itself, there's a potential for oil prices to be moving on this sideways range, and I'll be watching carefully. And if prices continues to break higher, I think there's chances for prices on the oil market to go higher again. And again, on the currency market, as you guys know, weaknesses appearing on the Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar could be a good shot for AUD USD, NZD USD, as well as the GBP USD market. And also notable mention, US dollar Japanese yen could go higher alongside the CAD Japanese yen, with the Japanese yen weakening for now. Okay, so I hope you guys are getting a little bit of insights what are the possible market assets that you guys could trade and make some good profits. And Hope you guys are enjoying your time here, and don't forget the ADP news is out in another 15 minutes. I'm seeing good possibility that prices could be going higher right after the news, guys. Alright, so be aware, be careful, and hopefully all of you guys have a wonderful trading day, and see you guys tomorrow. If you guys wanted to get more exclusive updates from me, what's happening around the world, you guys are welcome to click the link on my profile, ask access for the VIP live sessions. Alright, see you guys, bye.